Welcome to English with Leanne. Today's phrasal verb is one that you have asked for, and that is to work out. And to work out is not as simple of a phrasal verb as you might think. You probably already know the first definition, which is to engage or do physical exercise or training. So when you go to the gym to work out before work, you're using that phrasal verb. You'll also know the noun, a workout, referring to that physical exercise. But, like I said, that's not the only definition. Another very common definition of to work out is to have a good result or the results that was specified or that you thought would happen. So you might say, oh, that's great to hear that everything worked out for you. Everything worked out. Things were good in the end. The end result was what you expected. Or you might say, wow, that didn't work out how I thought it would. Oh, so I'm telling you it didn't have the expected result. So that is a very common definition of to work out. Another common definition of to work out is to find an answer to something. How are we going to work out which conference speaker should speak first? So you need to find a solution. You might need to organize something. Or you might need to work out the answer to a math problem. And that is to solve, to find an answer. Another definition is to plan something in detail. You'll notice this is going to have some overlap with to solve or find an answer. Earlier I said the example of how are we going to work out which conference speaker should speak first. That means you're also you need to find the answer, but you might need to plan the conference in detail. You can use this as well for, we need to work out who is sitting next to who at the wedding. Again, notice that overlap between finding an answer and planning in detail. You're just doing it in advance. Where it's a little different than working out the answer to a problem, where you're not necessarily planning in detail, you might just be doing math. Unless the problem's a work problem and you need to plan for something, then working out the answer to a problem might not be math. We do have two other definitions of to work out, but you do not come across them very often. One is the literary use, which you might find in old books, but you're really not going to run into very often. And that is to put in a lot of hard work to manage to do something. The other definition that you're not going to come across much is for mining. You know those dark holes in the ground where people go in and bring out important rocks and minerals to mine. So if you work out a mine, that means you have emptied it of all of its minerals, the gold inside, whatever was in the mine. So again, that's not one that you're going to see very often. I'm going to go ahead and put the 4 common ones right here for you to take a look at. And hopefully this helps you use our phrasal verb to work out.